Good day and welcome to Mastering Dropbox. In this lesson, I'm going to show you about the Dropbox Windows client that you have installed on your computer. So if you've not installed it yet, you can look at the previous video I've released and it shows you how to locate the software and download and install it. But once you have it up and running, down here in the right hand corner, you'll see a little Dropbox icon. I'm going to go through a few things about it. More or less, I'm just going to give a quick overview of the software, but it should give you a good insight of what you can do with it. So down in the bottom right-hand corner, you see the Dropbox icon here. When you put your mouse over it, you'll see that the first thing you're given is the version of Dropbox that you have installed, as well as its current status. So right now, this is showing that it's up to date. If you had any files that were in the process of being synced, you'll see that here. It would say that it's syncing files or downloading files or updating the index and different things like that. So if you go ahead and click on this icon, you'll be given this window here. In this window right here, this will show any activity that is currently happening on your file and any notifications that you have. And if you click on recent files, you'll see any files that have been recently downloaded. Down here in the bottom corner, you see the option there where it says where it shows up to date. That will change if it's syncing, and when you put your mouse over, you have the option to pause it. So if you didn't want anything to happen, if you were in the process of doing something important, you can pause syncing at that time. Down in this corner, you have the option to upgrade. This will bring you to the website and give you the option to purchase additional space for your Dropbox. This button right here, this will open up your Dropbox folder. Now, if you're not familiar with Dropbox, basically what happens when you install this, a folder is created on your computer called Dropbox, and it's located under C drive, Windows, your name, and Dropbox, and is also linked here along with your desktop, your downloads. So this is an actual folder on your computer, just like any other folder that you have, and any files that you put in here is automatically synced with Dropbox.com, as well as any other computer that you have set up to sync those files. So it's very simple. If you wanted to bring up your Dropbox folder, you can click here and bring it up, or you can go down to Windows here, and it's right there on the left, as well as if you click on Start and Computer, and you'll see here on the left hand side you have Dropbox. So there's a few different ways that you can get in there, but like I said, Dropbox is just a folder on your computer. All right, so this last option here is the more or less the settings and preferences button. So when you click on this, you have it shows you a summary here where you have how much space you've used of your 2 gigs, an option to get more space, an option to pause syncing, many of the options that you saw here, the help center if you have any questions regarding Dropbox, and the ability to exit the program. Inside of preferences here is where you have a few other options to control. Under the general tab, you have the option under system called Start Dropbox on System Startup. That means whenever you start up Windows, Dropbox will automatically load and go down here in the corner out of sight, and will start syncing any files that are pending to be synced to this computer. So definitely recommend keeping this checked, because if you don't and you forget to load Dropbox, your files will not be synced, and you'll have to do it each time you start up your computer to remember to load the software. So definitely recommend keeping it checked. Notify me about comment shares and mentions, and notify me about sync files. That's when you get the little notification here in the corner that shows you what's happening. So I usually just leave it checked. Dropbox badge. This little icon down here in the corner is called a badge. So that's all that's telling you. Always show means that it's going to be here in sight at all times. You have the option to never show, or have the option to if others present. And if you notice here underneath this little option here, there are additional badges that are hidden away. Well, if you choose always show, it'll always be here rather than hidden away. Language, system language, just leave that at C, system language. It will just decide what language Dropbox should be in based on your computer language. So obviously, if you're using your computer in English, you're going to want Dropbox in English. If you go under account, once again, you have the option, your area here that shows you your space. So we're using 0% of the 2 gigs used. This is the location. This is where Dropbox is stored to. So this is the folder that's on your computer where all the Dropbox files are, and you have the option to move that. Selective sync. This allows you to choose which folders you want to sync. So as an example, if you had Dropbox installed in your home and on your other computer in your house, but you also had it installed at your work, you're probably not going to want all files synced. So this allows you to choose which folders that you want to sync with this computer. So if this was your work computer, you'd probably have a folder called work, and you would sync only that folder. So everything won't get synced, just that one folder. Account linking. This is where you have your Dropbox account linked. So as you can see here, I have my Dropbox linked. If I choose this, unlink this Dropbox, it will automatically no longer be associated with my Dropbox account. So it's not going to sync files anymore, although the program will still be installed. Camera upload. This option here, I don't know if you've ever taken a digital camera and taken the SD card and put it into your computer. Well, Windows will recognize that you've put a SD card that's filled with pictures and videos on it, and will prompt you and ask you what you want to do. So with this option here, this will actually let you use Dropbox to handle your imports. So you stick your SD card in, Windows will automatically import those pictures into Dropbox, and you have the options to do photos only or photos and videos. This option here is to change autoplay settings. This will launch the window that's part of Windows that handles what happens when you put things into your computer, such as CDs or SD drives or whatever the case may be. Screenshots. Share screenshots using Dropbox. Whenever you press the print screen button on your keyboard, you generate a screenshot of your screen. Normally Windows will save that on your computer. However, if you choose to check this option, every time you sync or create a screenshot, it's going to store it inside the Dropbox instead. So it's a great little feature to have all your screenshots go directly into Dropbox and then be synced across your devices. Bandwidth. This is how fast the stuff is going to transfer between Dropbox's servers and your computer. So you have the download rate, which is by default not limited, or you can limit to a certain speed. So when there's files on Dropbox that needs to be synced to your computer, this decides how fast that's going to happen. It's going to happen as fast as your internet will allow, or do you want to limit that speed to a certain amount? Same thing with the upload rate. You have the option to not limit it, so it'll go as fast as it possibly can. Limit automatically, so the program will decide if there's other things you're trying to upload on the priority, if it should go upload slower or if it's going to go full speed, or you can choose what speed you want to upload. Enable LAN sync. LAN is a local area network, and that basically means the network inside of your home. So if you choose enable LAN sync, that's what's going to happen is instead of the files having to sync up to Dropbox and then be downloaded to the other computer in your house, the computers will just talk to each other and sync between each other. So it saves you time. You don't have to wait for it to go up to the server and then come back down. It's just going to sync automatically inside of your network. And the last tab is proxy settings. I'm actually not going to talk about this one for the very reason that is if you understand proxies, then you don't need me to explain it. If you don't understand proxies, then there's really no reason to be in here because there's no benefit for you playing around with the proxy settings because it doesn't serve you. It only serves people that have a specific need to set up proxies. So personally, just leave that on auto detect and just don't change it. So that's it. That's how you set up that's the quick overview of the Dropbox desktop client for Windows. I don't know if you've noticed that I'm actually running Windows 7 on this computer inside of a Oracle VirtualBox. You'll see this on many of my videos because I'm running Windows inside of Windows, so I can have a fresh install of Windows to install a fresh install of Dropbox, so I can do a lot of the things Rather than just talking about it, I can show you hands-on how to do the things I'm explaining, so I can walk you through it, because obviously I have Dropbox on my computer, but I have it set up the way I like it, and I don't, a lot of the tips and tricks I'm going to show you I don't use in mine, but you might find useful for yourself. So I installed Windows inside of a virtual box. I installed a fresh copy of Dropbox with a new account set up for it. So everything is basically set up fresh and is exactly how you would have it if you just went and installed it. So hopefully it works out well. It seemed to work pretty well for the last video, so I'll keep using this virtual Windows. But just in case you noticed it and had any questions of why, uh, there's a menu on the top saying Windows 7 running. So that's it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and subscribe below and or comment below. And I'm going to be releasing lots of videos, so don't forget to subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.